Thank you for watching Truth Talk News. Here's a flat out rant. I cannot believe what's going on in this country. I cannot believe our subversive president, our communist dictator wannabe, who has absolutely bamboozled the American people twice, the fools, into electing him. And now at the end of his reign, we have the summer of rage. We have all of this chaos. And then the minute this happens, it's always gun control. Keep going after the guns. You know, when you look back in history, you got to say to yourself, my God, I remember they talk about how unfair it was, the blacklisting in Hollywood and the HUAC and the un-American activities. And all of this was, it's terrible, unconstitutional. It's interesting how communists use the Constitution to defend their positions. But anything that they don't agree with, the Constitution doesn't matter. Or if it goes against their ability to do something, then the Constitution doesn't matter. That's how evil these people are. And if you were one of them, you probably don't even know it. Most people don't realize that if you're embracing Obama, you're embracing Hillary. She was trained. She was absolutely, she was in awe of Saul Alinsky. She wrote letters to him. Obama as well. They're communists. And we can see what they've done. They have subverted this country. Oh, you're a racist. You're a homophobe. They gave us gay rights. They gave us all these good transgender bathrooms and all of these great things. Yeah, but what about the other side of the coin? What about neglecting the servicemen? What about gutting the military? What about taking the true generals that can actually do things, strategicians that were the competent generals, and firing them and replacing them with idiots? Useful idiots. Well, everyone is a useful idiot that's been following this asshole. He has destroyed this country. So what do we have? In HUAC, we had, who were the communists? Bertel Bruck? There were a lot of them. Lionel Stander from, remember, Heart to Heart? Max. He was blacklisted. I mean, was that right? No. But the fact is that there was a subversive element that had to be rooted out. And we have this same subversive element here. We have this warning from many people, from Yuri Bezmenov, who defected KGB, talked about this in the 80s. I have videos of this. You must go check them out on the new channel, Truth Talk News Channel 2. They're the last couple that have been put up. It's very important. What do we have? We have 60s radicals in our government. We have Bill Ayers. The Black Panthers are all back in the game here with Black Lives Matter. We have Obama. We have Frank Marshall and Obama. We have the race baiter industry, Al Sharpton. The minute Al Sharpton went to the White House, I knew he had trouble. And what has happened since Al Sharpton's been at the White House? We've had trouble. Nothing but trouble. And this is what they do. They create agitation. They create social unrest. That's how they garner power for their position. And people start to take their position just because of their anger. The Muslim Brotherhood put a whole bunch of people, now for 30 years they've been infiltrating our government, but Obama put in more than any of them before. He also put more debt on this country than ever before. He also made more people dependent on the government than ever before. And if you think these are good things, these are accomplishments, he also gave us health care. Oh, great. 48 million people didn't have health care. But again, it's not a fair system. And he talks about fairness. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. In fact, it costs everybody, the middle class, more because they want to destroy the middle class. They're communists. Wake up. It's Marxism. We're under it. Cultural Marxism, too. That's why everything's all about depravity. Put sex on TV, naked dating, all these great shows that are so wholesome entertainment like television has become. They've taken everything that's good and made it bad and made things that are good looked at as evil. In just about 40 or 50 years, they've moved. The secularization is a big problem. Now, I'm not a religious zealot at all, but I'm telling you, if you don't have faith in your life and you don't have God, you don't have anything. You really don't. Who is your higher power? Worship a cabbage, but it can't be you. Be the elite, that's the whole purpose, is that man is going to evolve to become God. We're going to look at Ray Kurzweil. You're going to be planted, plug into your, you're going to have a USB chip in your head, You can plug in your consciousness into and be virtually immortal. You won't need your body anymore. Think about that, and think about what they talk about, the problems with population and food supply and all the limits to growth and all of the Agenda 21 bullshit, the lies to collectivize and take away from the people that have, the middle class that they built up. Now they're destroying it because they want to create a neo-feudal system, a two-class system where the banks, okay, control the political and economic systems of all the countries on earth. This was written in a book called Tragedy and Hope by Carol Quigley. I put it in, I almost talk about this on every video because it's that important. Now we have a private Federal Reserve crime syndicate. All they do is print money made out of thin air, charge us interest for it, and that dollar that they made out of thin air becomes our debt. Now when are you going to wake up and stop this from happening? So now Obama, okay, he fired the generals, creates social unrest. He ignores the rule of law. Eric Holder, look at these criminals that get away with murder. It's unbelievable. Hillary, Hillary, the genius Hillary, the great woman, the incredible leader that's done so much, that's actually done nothing except lie, cheat, and steal, and then gets praised for it. And Comey, I mean, this whole thing, and then Comey is tied to the Clinton Foundation through HSBC because he's on the board. So there's a lot of bad stuff going on here. These people are bad people. When Joseph Stalin and Hitler and all of the tyrants that we know came to power, they all came to power under the auspices of this. And what Obama has done is set up the system of a dictatorship that must be cut down immediately with these national defense authorizations and other things. So that it's not necessarily him. I mean, there's all this makes the system, this is even worse because, everyone, there's going to be, Obama's not going to leave office. And come on. The system will continue the way it's going to. The next president will be president in January and everything. There might be a whole lot of hell before that and during it, but that will happen. And trying to stop it, but that will happen. The system will continue, and the next president, whoever that is, will be inaugurated. The problem is that all of these things have been put into place so that a future president can utilize these things and create the dictatorship that is actually there already. I mean, let's face it, man. How many things did Obama do that are unconstitutional? How many executive orders? All of these executive orders need to be rescinded immediately. All of them. They're unconstitutional. They are not law. The president cannot write law. Do you understand this? No, they didn't teach it to you in school. They don't want you to know this. They want to continue to rape and pillage, just enough so that you can get by. And if you really can't get by, you can get government assistance. We'll help you. Okay. Eventually, they'll be giving you credits to travel because they're going to make it so expensive. Most people aren't going to be able to drive. They want to tax mileage. That's the next thing they're going after. Come on, we have got a communist, subversive government, and it's rotting from the inside. And that's how we were warned we would be taken down, not militarily, but by ideological subversion, and they would bury us over time, and they have. So then Obama, against all advisement, because of course he fired all his chiefs, all his top military advisors, pulls the troops out. And then, no, it's not going to be a good idea. Everyone warned against it, and of course we see what happened after that. That's not his fault, because he had to stop the war. He ended the war in Iraq and created this vacuum, which created, ISIS, CIA, making all sorts of trouble and everything else going on there that we see today. And the open borders of Europe and the Syrian refugees that we see today. Do you see? This has all been done. This is they just set it up and makes it look like it's just happening, but they've got this whole thing planned. We knew we were going to go into these countries under Bush. In 2001, they knew they were going to take these countries out. It's all done for banking, resources, and oil. It's that simple. They set up central banks, they take these countries over, they cause civil unrest, and they gain more power. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. This is what's happened. And if you do the research, you'll find the same exact truth. So then Trayvon Martin, he divides the people even more. Again, because he's got Al Sharpton, the whole... Why does he interject himself? And then ignores white people when something happens to them, or a black person kills a white person, or the Kate Steinle. ignores this, never even says anything. I mean, it's ridiculous because he's a communist. And it's not political. It's ideological. It's like Sharia law. It's like communism is a radical form of control where the state controls everything. I'm putting up another video describing this. You check that out also, please, on the new channel. The rule of law has been it's a joke. So it's not legal. And then the Attorney General, Lynch, who should be lynched, is asked, is passing along classified secrets illegal? And she avoids the question because we know she's a criminal. And the saddest thing about it is Americans that are still supporting Hillary Clinton don't care. Maybe because they're good communists too, and they just have to go along with the party. Remember, the party. Doesn't matter. Communism, fascism, Illuminism, they're all the same. It's all the same plan. It's all control over the people, collectivism. These staged events will continue, and it's interesting that all of this stuff is happening now right before the election, and we see what's happening, those that are aware. And if you're not, please check out all the information you can find here on Truth Talk News. Subscribe to Truth Talk News Channel 2 on YouTube, and also check out howardnima.com. There's a very, very extensive collection of resources there, books, links to ancient stuff, all sorts of congressional records, books about the mysteries, and links to incredible broadcasts, Bill Cooper stuff, really amazing stuff. Please take advantage of it. That's what it's there for. It's all free because we need to remain free, and the only way we're going to do that is by getting this information out so people can understand it, share it, and take action. You got to do something about this too, guys. You know what's going on now. You're on the right path. I'm giving you this little trail of breadcrumbs. Run with it. God bless you all. Until next time.